So hello everyone, welcome to this another video of this channel. I'm Abhishek Verma and today you are watching a special video where we are going to learn how to download and install MySQL community server in our Windows machine. So without wasting any more time, let's directly get started. So first of all, we'll go here and we will search for MySQL. Now let's say I don't know the exact website, so I will just search for MySQL. And after this, what you can do is either if you wish, you can go to MySQL or you can just directly go to MySQL community downloads. Now I'll go here and here you can see we are having all these options. So here it is your choice now what you want to download. Now basically, as I mentioned you in the title of this video, we are going to download and install MySQL community server. So first of all, let's click on this one, MySQL community server, and here you can see that we are having three versions available. So the first one is 8.0.40. Now this is an older version but a long-term support version, and currently its support will be available I guess till 2026. But this 8.4.3 has been recently launched in 2024 only, and hence its support is even going to be much more longer. Both of them are going to be the long-term support version, so you can download any one of them, but since we are doing it from the scratch, so let's go for the latest one only. Now don't go for this innovation. Why? Because still it is in the preparatory stage, so it is something like a beta version, you can say. So if you want to work seriously, then why do you want to go with a beta version until unless you want to test out some features? Okay, so let's go for this LTS support. Now here we are having three options: MSI installer, zip archive, and this particular one, zip archive, debug binaries, and test suite. So from here I will be going to the MSI installer and we will click on this download here. Now this is the main thing. Now while seeing this page, most of you what will try to do is will try to click here on login or sign up or something like this, but the best part is that you don't need to do anything like this. Okay, you don't even need to set up any free account, so you can just say no thanks and just start my download, and believe me, it is going to start your download. So it is going to be around 129 MB. Now let's say that instead of it you didn't got the direct link and you clicked somewhere else. So instead of MySQL community downloads, let's say you clicked on this MySQL, which is going to be your main website. Now here when you go to the main website also, so one option is you can go to this downloads, but here you will find something else and it will take you to some different website. So don't click on this. So that is my point. Don't click on this. Instead, just simply come down and here you will see the download section. Again, you will find all these things: the community server, NDB cluster, shell, router, workbench, and something like this. So again, we can click on this community server here, and again the same kind of page will be open to you. So I hope it has downloaded for me, and yeah, as you can see, it has downloaded. So let's go there, and now you can see I'm having this particular Windows installer available to me. Now let me just double click on it and try to start it. Okay, so it has started. I hope this screen is visible to you, because many times it happens that these kind of screens are not getting recorded. So let me just click on next, and from here you can read all the license agreement. I don't think so anyone reads. So if you know that okay, it is a genuine thing, then you don't need to read all these things. Okay, now here we are getting three setup options. So the first one is typical. Here what happens is that whenever you are downloading or installing it, so let me first of all take you back here and just let me take you somewhere here. So you see we are getting all these options. Now many times what happens is people want to download and install community server as well as the workbench, and sometimes they also need the shell also, so that they can directly run the advanced queries from the shell itself. So generally when you will say typical, it is going to install the community server, shell, as well as workbench for you. Other one option, if you see here, is the complete, which means all the program features. So that is going to download all of them. And in between we are getting something like custom, which will allow us to choose what we want to install. So in this video, we are only going to download and install the MySQL community server and not the workbench. So I don't want a shell, I don't want a workbench. Then you will say, Abhishek, how you are going to use? So that I will showcase you in the next video. So let me go here and just click on the custom. Now here it says MySQL server and client programs and something like this. So now it is showing you the place where it is going to put all these files. So it will be keeping the things in your C drive, program files, MySQL and something like this. Now remember that if you want to keep this thing in the program files, I hope you need to have the admin rights. Without admin rights, you won't be able to do so. And this is only going to install the MySQL server to you, nothing else. So here you will say next and here you will say install. So now we just need to see yes. I hope that particular screen wasn't visible to you. So now this is the point and see it is completed. So run MySQL configurator. So yes, we need to run this. Okay. Otherwise, in case if you miss to select this, they are also saying that this MySQL configurator is also available from the start menu to reconfigure the MySQL server instance in the future. So let's say if you miss, so from the start menu again you can search for this MySQL configurator. Now why this is required? Because I still need to set up some port numbers, some username and password also for the server. So I'll click on finish and again I'll say yes for the configurator here. Again, I hope that particular window wasn't visible to you. So let me just go here. Now you see I'm getting this kind of configurator screen. So now what the thing is that server has been downloaded, but the point is that in order to access the server, I need to set up the port number, the default username and the password also. So that we need to do here. And you can verify the version is 8.4.3. Don't go for the older one. Okay. So here we can say next. And here it says that okay, again it needs to have some data directory, so it is choosing this particular place. Again you need to have the admin rights for this. So let's say next and there is no need to change it. Yeah. Now here we can say okay, it is just going to be a development computer, so I'm fine with it. It's not a server computer, or here you can just go with the development computer and that's perfectly fine. Now the next one is the port number. On which port do you want to run this? So generally whenever we are going to install a database, and basically it's a MySQL database, so the common and the default port is 3306. Many times what happens is that when you are working in a particular company, they don't want that anyone can try to hack it, so they change the port numbers. But in our case, we are just using it for the personal purpose. I hope any company admin is not watching me. So in that particular case, you can just simply choose it to 3306 and it's completely fine. So we will just say next without changing anything. Now this is an important step, guys. Here it is asking you for the root account password. Now here password, I will be providing a very simple password and that is going to be root, ROOT, everything in the small letters. Yeah. Now you will say that okay, for at what time these password will be required. So generally whenever you want to open this particular server, let's say from your command prompt or from any kind of GUI, or let's say you want to connect it with the Java, then you need this password along with the username. The default username is root only, so hence password also I'm keeping it as root. There is no need to keep a complex password. Otherwise if you wish you can keep, or you can change it later on also. So here also I will just repeat it as root. I mean generally you will find it as root only. It says weak, but there is no issue. I mean I don't think so anyone is going to hack, and even if anyone will hack, they won't find anything from this. Okay, so I'm perfectly fine with it. If you wish, so let's say many times you want to add more users also. You are working in a particular company, then there is a basic role, and then there are some different roles also, some different users also you want to add. So that you can again do from here, or you can do this later on also. As of now we are fine with it. So just remember the password. Whatever you keep, just remember it. Now say next. Now here it says a Windows service name. Now what will happen is that when you are going to install this particular one, then it is actually going to run as a Windows service. So here it is your choice what kind of name you want to keep it. Yeah, better option is whatever it is showing you by default, just keep this only as MySQL 84. Now here you don't need to change any of the things, just simply say next. And here again it says, do you want MySQL configurator to update the server file permissions for you? Yes, I wish to grant the full access, so I don't need to do anything much. So I will just say next. And here you can see we started with the welcome and now we are on the sample databases. Now it says, do you want any sample database also? As of now, I don't need any kind of sample database like Sakila or World, so I'm fine without them. and I will just say next. If you wish, you can just select it. It won't matter anything much. Okay, it will just give you a default database. Then here it says apply configuration and something. So let's click on execute. And now I guess it will take some amount of time. So I will just try to fast forward it and show you directly in the next step where it will take me. So it just took me around 1 or 2 minutes hardly in order to get all these done. And now it is saying the configuration for MySQL Server 8.4.3 was successful. Click on next to continue. So I'm done with it. Now it says that copy log to clipboard. I don't want. If there is any issue, then it will show the issues also here. Then it says MySQL reference manual. We don't want. Okay. And here we will just say finish. So yeah, that's done. Now how to verify whether it's there or not? So we will simply go here, and here we will search for MySQL. Now you see when I just search for MySQL, it is showing me multiple things. It is showing me again this downloaded thing also. Now number one thing which you should do is that whenever you are downloading, installing anything new, then you can just go here and now you can remove it, because now there is no need of it. You have already downloaded it perfectly. Yeah. So now let's go back here and search for MySQL, and let's see what all things are going to come to me. So when I will search for MySQL, it is showing me this MySQL configurator, which I told you earlier also. In case you missed at that point of time, then you can again do the configuration for the username password. Otherwise you can directly jump to the command line client also. So even though we didn't selected anything else, then also this command line client is available to us. So we can select this, and here it is asking me to enter the password. So I will just simply say root. So that's why I told you need to remember the password. So here we say root, and now you can see we are able to access the same. Now here I will just execute this command, show databases. So this query will actually show me what kind of database are already available. Although we didn't selected those Sakila or Vault, but still let's see if we have anything else. So besides those, we are still having this as information schema, MySQL performance schema, something like this. So hence we can say this is working absolutely fine. So this way we understood how to download and install MySQL community server in our machine, and how to access it with the help of command line client. This command line client, believe me, will get automatically installed whenever you are installing the MySQL community server with you. Now you will say that, okay, Abhishek, you didn't install the MySQL workbench. So believe me, this time for the demos, I'm not going to use MySQL community. I'm not going to use the MySQL workbench. Instead of it, I will be going for the dbeaver, and how to download and install dbeaver I will show you in the next video. So see you till then. Bye.